that's also why I did this, to also like say, okay, have a proper end, get a good feeling when you leave the club. There's no excuse for not saying goodbye and not finding a way to do it properly. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was such a good feeling. It was a hot summer day. We had a good preseason. Everything was exciting, and then we walked down the aisle and then walked on the pitch, and I was just smiling. I remember me smiling about coming a dream become true and being part of the Premier League. And this day was somehow special. I felt we can win it. We were outsiders, but we can win it, and we were very close to win it. And with two brilliant goals, we had 2 times the lead, and we had just we missed some luck to win the game, but I think it was an outstanding performance of the team. It made quite a good mark on the first day of the season, and I remember sprinting up front 2 times to celebrate these beautiful goals. I remember that picture, and it's and I even have this picture at home, framed. I remember that goal. It was my first goal at the Vicarage Road. It was a perfect delivery from my friend Adlan, and tried to be good in the 1v1 and pushed my play a little bit away without a foul, of course, and headed it in. It was a good goal. I think it was my second goal in the Premier League after I scored against West Ham, and bad luck because we didn't win that game against like already relegated Sunderland. I think we could have been top 10 if we would have won it, but it's been a brilliant last game of the season before heading to European Championship, and gave me enough confidence to participate in France with Austria. I do remember that Watford stuff and crying after the game, being so happy, and I didn't realize straight after the game how important this was to the club and how important was to me, because by the end of the season I got the Players Award and also Performance of the Season Award for this game against my performance against Ibrahimović, and I think it was a brilliant day. I had a lot of confidence. I gave everything in this season, especially this game felt special because winning against these big players, against this big club, including Rooney, Ibrahimović, Pogba, etc. It was like a dream become true, because you don't get this every day, and the way we did it in an incredible, astonishing way. It was a good game. I always liked it, enjoyed to play against Zlatan because he's a real challenge. He's one of the top stars in football. So I really liked pushing myself to that heights, and I did well on this day. In general, I have a very good, I've got a very good quote against playing against Zlatan. So I felt even before the game, this could be a good day. I think despite beating Manchester United, this was one of my best performances in Premier League. I felt so confident with the whole team performing on that day. Okaka scored 2 stunner goals, and I also made my mark with that header. I think it was a brilliant day. We won the game. We got back on track even before Christmas time. I had some good tackles. I had some good situations. I felt so confident, and I was just a little bit depressed because Okaka did so well. So he got the Man of the Match award, which I should have deserved as well. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it was a proud night, but it's not the smile that I usually wear when I'm really happy. I mean, I was very happy when I won these trophies that night, but also the fact that my little friend Ossie died in that year made it sad also on this day, because it reminds me always of him, and I always felt like he was with us even though he wasn't with us anymore. And I met the parents again on that night, and I just didn't feel like celebrating too much and putting on the biggest smile, because I was sad in a way because he wasn't there and supporting me on that night. It was a little bit of a weird feeling, I have to say. Now I'm happy to have this accomplished in my career in the Premier League to get the Player of the Season. I think it's incredible honor. But on that day, I remember the feelings were mixed. If you wouldn't have mentioned that day, I would have mentioned it as one of the moments I really liked in my Premier League career, because I had a long time out on the stands. I had a long time not being involved, and then I was thinking about leaving the club already in summer, but I had really the feeling I get my chances back and I can prove that I'm a Premier League player. And even despite the fact that I haven't been playing a long time and I was injured quite a lot, to get myself back into the first 11 and Watford and prove everyone wrong that what some people might have think about me. And I remember that day Sheffield United was the better team, but I did well. I got unlucky again with a little hamstring strain, but until that minute I was thinking, performing quite good, and also organizing the back three in a good manner. And I think it was also the first game since 19-20 games we got a clean sheet, so it made me very proud to be able to come back. I always the good feeling of comebacks, and I proved it on this day. And I think I think as well I did well on this day. Even before joining Watford, or already in pre-season, I was already looking very forward to playing against Arsenal away, because there was a friend playing per Mertesacker, and I really do have in mind all those games playing away against Arsenal. Especially, I think we always performed quite well. I mean, there was one time we lost 4-0, but this performance we made in the semi-cup, in the quarter-finals of the FA Cup at Arsenal, I think was incredible game. Also, the win under Mazzari at Arsenal, 2-1 win in a cold January night, was, I think, one of our best away games, and a very good performance of us. These games were definitely a highlight. Like the Arsenal away games with Watford were always intense, and always I think always a good performance most of the times from Arsenal and from me, against Arsenal and from me. And I think those games were also like very special to me. I was completely pitch focused, but when Adlan scored that stunner of a goal, I realized how many supporters were there on that day. Like the whole side was full of Watford supporters, everyone jumping. So that made me feel very good to have this kind of support in an away game. And I think it's with the win, to sum it up, I think it deserves that crowd. It would have been a pity if there would have been only 4,000 or 5,000 supporters. So it made it even more special. I always tried to get a good relationship with the clubs I'm at. I also had like a farewell when I played in Graz. I did a farewell when I was in Bremen, and I just see so many footballers leaving a club with bad feelings, or with not saying goodbye, or saying goodbye to the teammates. And it's just the way I do it, to say hello in a proper way, and to also say goodbye in a proper way. I think that's just how I am. That's part of my character, which my parents also taught me. And you always see yourself, you always see each other 2 times or 3 times in life. So I'm very looking forward to the day I go back to Watford and say this was a good thing what I did there. Maybe some players don't understand, or some people don't understand. And some people also think I left in a bad way because all the things happened, but this is just not true. And I had a very good time in Watford, and I also wanted to say thank you to the supporters, which always supported me even when I wasn't playing. So this is just part of me, part of my character, and I hope that people appreciate it as well.
Hey, click here for more video. Hey, click. Come on. Click. Come on, bro. Done? Thank you.